Hello everyone, Gianluca Masi speaking on the behalf of the Virtual Telescope project, and it's a pleasure for me to be here tonight, ready to share with you Comet C 2022 A3 ZTF. I'm very happy that tonight at least the sky is clear after that yesterday I had to reschedule this live feed because of the clouds. So I want to thank you for coming back again, and while I welcome you on board virtually, I want to switch to the images we are collecting live because, as I said, we have clear sky, but I don't know how long this clear sky will last. So let me ask the system to share with you the telescope images. Here we are. Let's go. Let's take a first set of images, my friends. I just asked the telescope to slew to the right position. This is the console controlling the telescope, and before we start I just want to make sure that we are just fine and ready to go, mainly to check if the clouds are still away. Okay, I see. Let me check, my friends. Here we are. Okay. Not sure. Perhaps we are having clouds right now. So I have to check better. Otherwise, I will be using our backup images. Okay, my friends, back in a couple of minutes, just to check everything. So here we are, my friends, just making sure that we had something, as I was worried about the clouds, but okay, we are lucky, the sky is still clear. So I'm going to share with you once again the live feed from our system. Let me switch to the images. Here we are again to the console, controlling the telescope. I will tell you more, but let's take a check image right away. Here we are. And let's check with the first image. Okay. Here we are. So I believe you can easily recognize we have a real comet here, my friends. And I will start taking images now with a longer exposure time to collect as much light as possible and as much tail of the comet as possible. So let's start this. My friends, we are here because, you know, there is a nice comet crossing the night sky right now. It is Comet C 2022 A3 ZTF, and right now this comet is approaching the best of its own apparition after it was at the minimum distance from the Earth a couple of days ago on January 12. At that time, it was the so-called perihelion, as I say, the minimum distance of the comet from the Sun, which was about 160 millions of kilometers, quite a lot. So at the minimum distance from the Sun, the comet was farthest from the Sun than the Earth. The Earth is about 150 millions of kilometers from the Sun. But now, after this turning point, the comet is leaving the solar system after it has been approaching the inner solar system, the Sun, since it was discovered early in March last year. But now, as I say, it is leaving. But there is again something very special coming soon, that is the minimum distance this time from the Earth. So the comet is going to have a flyby with our planet next February the 1st, and on that occasion the Virtual Telescope project will host again a live feed. So you are very welcome to join on that occasion as well. But happy to see that we have a very, very beautiful image right now of the comet. You can see, I think, pretty well, even the faint ion tail, together with a very bright central region of the comet. Okay, so this comet was discovered last March, early last March, by the Zwicky Transient Facility at Mount Palomar Observatory, and soon after its discovery it was clear that this comet was going to make an interesting apparition, making it perhaps one of the brightest comets we could see in 2023. This is brand new here, basically. First of all, I want to underline this. This comet is not bright. Do not expect to have a memorable view with your own naked eye, as it was, for example, July 2020 with comet Neowise, which was, of course, much more brighter. This comet, the one we are observing now, ZTF, will be at its best perhaps barely visible to the naked eye, provided you are under very dark skies, my friends. So don't believe this will be easy to spot by naked eye. If you really want to observe Comet ZTF by naked eye, you really need to be trained to astronomical observatory. You have to live under very dark skies, and you really have to avoid the moon, because the moon, as we will see later, will be quite bright when the comet will be at its closest to the Earth, that is at its brightest. Anyway, my friends, let's have a look to what we are seeing now. This is our comet, captured in real time by our robotic telescopes here in Italy, part of the Virtual Telescope network. I want to make sure you can really see how beautiful this site is, with the Ion tail pretty well visible, as I said again and again. Look, I'm really happy that we are having this now together. Last night, when we had the live feed, at least the original scheduling, I was very sad that the sky was very cloudy and I had to cancel, but I decided to reschedule tonight, and as you can see, the comet tonight is with us. So nice, my friends, so beautiful. Every time it's a joy for me to share with people like you what we are seeing, what we are having here. How beautiful again to look at this. And there is also a very small tiny galaxy somewhere. Let me use the cursor as well. Look at this tiny galaxy here. Really hope you are having a nice view. Let me see if I can show you this galaxy a bit better. Here, it is a very small galaxy, very distant, sorry. And of course, our comet is much closer. Okay. Just trying to make sure I also have my map up to date, because I also want to share with you the opportunity to observe yourself, telling where to look. I'm just calculating while we are talking. The comet is about 100 million kilometers far away from the Earth. But how beautifully it is showing. Of course, I can also look here a bit in more detail. But if you don't mind, I would like to try something different as well. Just making sure that we can exploit everything. After this image, I will try to take an higher resolution one. So I want to tell you what we are doing. We have a telescope at the observatory. We are remotely connected with the console controlling the computer on site, just asking the telescope to do whatever we want. And also this computer is controlling our very sensitive imaging camera. I will call it our digital eye, okay? The telescope has been asked to point the comet and to track the comet, because while we are observing it, the comet is orbiting around the sun, and of course it is moving in our sky. And we asked the telescope to track the comet at its very own apparent motion. And from time to time, every time a new image is displaying, very likely you will be able to see the comet moving against the starry background. And of course, the comet is just out there. As I said, it is very bright from an astronomical point of view, but we still need to capture the light from some time, because it is not, a lot of light. So in order to collect enough signal, you have to ask to our camera to collect the light coming from the comet for a while. Like taking an image in darkness, you have to use a long exposure, and now we are collecting light every 90 seconds, and the first image is just coming now. Let's wait. Okay, I want to check that we are having the best view possible. I want to share with you the region just around the nucleus. Here it is, my friends. Let me see if we can perhaps even go. Okay. Let me check these. This is the nucleus of the comet, or I would say the false nucleus, because the nucleus is pretty small. I would like to do something different. As you see, everything is live. I'm also selecting with you live what we are doing. Let me see if I can change something here. I'm just changing on fly the calibration images, because I want to try an even longer exposure. Okay, let's wait for the next image. This is the very inner region of the comet, as I said earlier. Let me choose different set of calibration images. Okay, now we have asked the imaging camera to collect the light coming from the comet for 2 minutes 120 seconds in order to hopefully see even fainter details Meantime, we are concentrating, as you can see, on its nucleus here, but I want to bring back to you the whole structure of the comet, just adjusting the histogram. I love doing these things live together. This is always the same image, as I said. We are just playing, adjusting in real time with our imaging software. By the way, I want to thank the technological partners of the Virtual Telescope project. They are Unitron Italia Instruments, Software BISC, C-Web and Telescope Live. Looking forward to have here the next exposure, bringing back a 2 minutes long image. So happy to see so many friends connected. Let's wait. Ten seconds left. Then the camera will download its image. Data will be transferred to the computer and displayed. Let's see how things will show after this. Let's adjust image parameters. Not bad at all, I think, friends. Look, I will take a few images of the comet this way. Just checking we are not saturating. Okay. How beautiful it is every time to spy this beauty live via our technology. Look, my friends, this is our comet right now with its tail. Not bad at all, I think. It's very beautiful. We have been waiting for it for such a long time, with the astronomers at least. So we are happy to be able to share with you now. New image is coming. Please note how the new image will show the comet moving. You will see the stars on the background moving as soon as the new image will be shown. That is in about 5 seconds. Look, as soon as the image will be updated, I think you noted this, because the comet is moving in the sky, orbiting the sun, and the telescope is tracking it beautifully. Okay, let's go back to our previous more sensitive set. Configuration. Okay, here we are. So now I asked the system to take images every 60 seconds, just 1 minute, but I'm using a different choice. has for the pixel on the detector, providing a much higher sensitivity. This is why I reduced the integration time, because while we are collecting light for a shorter time, we are using our imaging camera at a higher sensitivity, even if at a lower resolution, but this is not a problem because it is still a memorable image, as you will see as soon as the new image will arrive in about 20 seconds. This is Comet C 2022 A3 ZTF, brought to you live via the Virtual Telescope Project, and Gianluca Massi speaking from Rome. And again, I want to thank the technological partners of the Virtual Telescope Project. They are Unitron Italia Instruments, Software Bisq, Z-Web, and the Telescope Live, my friends. Having fun with this. Just adjusting the image visualization thresholds. Look how beautiful this comet is. While the sky is hazy, because it is not perfect, but still lucky and happy to have at least the comet up there visible. There is a bright moon, but despite this, look at the glory of this comet. The moon is basically last quarter, 50% of its face, which is quite a lot of light in the sky from the moon. Wait a handful of seconds for the new image. How beautiful these images are, my friends. Really, really, really. Proud and happy we are having this experience together via the Virtual Telescope Project, brought to you from the Bellatrix Observatory in Italy. I want to thank all of you really for joining. And having fun with this experience. Images are coming every minute, and sometimes you can perhaps note that every new image is showing a darker background, because the comet is rising, that is moving in a better region of the sky, so darker, hence the darker background. Comets are perhaps some of the most beautiful objects out there. They belong to the minor body family of the solar system. Comets and asteroids, they are cousins, I will say. And in this case, we have a rocky object with some icy material on it. And when it is approaching, when this icy body approaches the sun, of course, the heat coming from the sun has this icy component sublimating and releasing dust and gas, which were in that icy cage, trapped in that icy cage until that moment. And they are those dusty particles and those molecules going to create the dusty and the ion tails. In this case we can really see pretty better the ion tail. And these are black and white images because the most advanced imaging cameras are mainly in black and white. Professional astronomers are less attracted by color imaging cameras, while they are amazing in their result, but this is why you are seeing these images black and white. There are a few techniques we could use to capture color images, but they are very time demanding and very likely not the best to be they are not at the best to be performed live, as I will take a lot of time. I really prefer to bring to you the live experience to breathe the clear evidence we are observing this comet live. Every 60 seconds a new image is just arriving here. Lot of fun, really lot of fun. Grateful to everyone for joining, coming back again despite the weather. I will also want to try to show you where the comet will be this next night. Okay, while you are seeing the images, I'm trying to create a star map, making sure I can show you where the comet will be the next nights. Okay. Every day, refresh. Okay, while we are taking images, as I said, I'm trying to use our system. Okay, perhaps I succeeded. Let me check. Okay. Let me try to show this map so that I can even comment. Okay. Bottom. Okay. Let's adjust the imaging visualization. For better experience. But meantime, I also want to show you where the comet will be visible the next days. Here we are. I managed to create this map. You can see a comet, a little icon, and that is every day. You can see the date, okay? That position is calculated at 0 universal time at the date marked there. And you can see this comet at the end of January will be not far from the Polaris, the North Polar Star, making pretty easy to observe this comet. Unfortunately, people living in the southern hemisphere will have no access to the comet because the comet is very north, almost, you see, on the Polaris. So from the southern hemisphere, this apparition is not showing almost at all because it is very north in the sky, the comet. But you can see that later later, that is the beginning of February, particularly later, 6, 10 of February, the comet will be moving south, but there is also the full moon. So while this map can be used to see where the comet is on daily basis at 0 universal time at the given date, keep in mind that there is the moon around, and right now the moon is leaving, so the end of January is the best opportunity to have a look, perhaps by naked eye. If the moon is around, just wait that the moon will set. In particular, when the comet will be at its minimum distance from the Earth, February 1, February 2, I will wait for the last part of the night, the end of the night, to have the moon just setting, to have the darker sky. Okay. Now back to our images. Here we are. Very beautiful comet, very rewarding experience. So nice and happy, I must say. If you like what we are doing, you can consider supporting the Virtual Telescope project, because as you see, we do everything for free, but offering this free, it does not mean it has no cost. You can perhaps imagine the technology behind this and how it costs to us to keep this up and running. All this is based on the love for astronomy and love for sharing the beauty of the sky. No one is offering financial support other than our small group of donors. If you want to support us, you can donate whatever you want, just joining us on the Virtual Telescope website, virtualtelescope.eu, and from there you can hopefully help and donate if you want. I will be very grateful, and I thank you in advance. If you want to support by donation, just visit virtualtelescope.eu, look for the donate section and donate whatever you want, being sure that we will be using your support to keep this project alive. And you can imagine how harder it is to keep all these things up and running now that iEnergy in particular increased its cost a lot, but we are still around. We still want to do our best effort to keep our mission, bringing the universe, the live universe, to everyone via the internet, something we invented in 2006, as many of you perhaps know very well. So happy that everything is working so beautifully. Checking what is happening here. Just making sure okay. This is the pseudonucleus. That is where the nucleus of the comet is, but the nucleus is so small, perhaps hundreds of meters, perhaps a few kilometers, that it is a mere dot of light at the distance of 100 million kilometers. This is the distance of the comet right now. Sorry. Let's adjust. I love how the same image can really show different features if provided you select the right displaying settings, as we are doing live, as you can see. If you look the color images, you see a green color, which is common with bright comets. It is due to the atomic carbon just glowing after the effect of the sunlight, and it is a typical, signature, typical feature in when you see bright comet close to the sun. I see that now clouds are entering our sky back, so I'm going to close the observatory. But first of all, I want to thank all of you for joining this live feed, and I hope you had fun, my friends, with us through this experience. And keep in mind that we have other live feeds scheduled. You can learn more about the next live feeds on our website, virtualtelescope.eu. Next dates are January 22. We will share live the wonderful very close conjunction involving the brightest planet Venus and the ringed planet Saturn. So 22 of January, the close conjunction between Venus and Jupiter. Venus and Saturn, will be shared live with the Virtual Telescope project. While on February the 2nd, on the night, check the right times on the virtualtelescope.eu website, we will be sharing again this comet. At that point, it will be at its closest, at its flyby with the Earth. And always consider you can really support the Virtual Telescope project if you want by donations. Just visit virtualtelescope.eu website and look for the donate section there. Again, I want to thank the technological partners of the Virtual Telescope project. They are Unitron Italian Instruments, Software Bisq, C-Web and Telescope Live. And again, I want to thank all of you for joining tonight. If you have a binocular, I will really suggest you to go out there and look for this comet by yourself, because it is not hard provided you know where to look. There are plenty of maps around offered by very reliable media, and please consider this is not a bright comet. This is not a very bright comet, so do not expect to see it by naked eye easily. And even if you will be under dark skies, it will be still an hard attempt to spot this by naked eye. But if you have a little telescope or a small binoculars, it is the right time for you to test and have fun with them. Gianluca Masi Virtual Telescope Project is thanking all of you for joining tonight. And again, if you really want to support us, if you like what we are doing, sharing the beauty of the cosmos live for free with our planet, with the international community for free, I underline, consider the possibility to support the Virtual Telescope Project with a very small donation. It is the only source we have to keep this project running, to stay alive. Just visit virtualtelescope.eu and look for the donate section there and donate whatever you want. It will be very, very precious for us. Thank you. Gianluca Masi from Rome, Italy is sending his best wishes to everyone. I'm looking forward to see you on board again. You can join the Virtual Telescope Project page on Facebook to know when the next opportunity to explore the cosmos will be around, and perhaps that is the best choice to stay up to date with us. That's all, my friends. Take care, look up and enjoy this comet. Thanks for joining this live feed from the Virtual Telescope Project. Bye bye, take care.